the PRC continues to be a very reliable partner to the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda. And certainly on behalf of the people appointed, Booby Ali, I certainly want to thank you very much for this very impressive gift. I'd say it's transformational. Literally will be uplifting the living standards of the people of this area. And again, on their behalf, sincerest congratulations and thanks. China has helped us to build capacity in many areas, literally in all aspects of our development. And without those generous contributions, our living standards would have been significantly less, and we're really appreciative. Again, as I say, gratitude is a must, and we extend full gratitude to President Xi and the government and people of the People's Republic of China.
我一定会向习主席转达您的亲切的问候。
We will to convey your visit to my president.
That's right.
Yeah.
And even though we are a small country, Antigua and Barbuda will remain a strong voice. So certainly under my leadership, we will remain a strong voice, and we will continue to promote global peace, equity, and at the same time shared prosperity for all of humanity. And I know those are principles that President Xi subscribed to. So we are fully aligned from that standpoint in terms of our own philosophical orientation to uplift all peoples globally.
All of the materials is for the delivery standards.
Good. And they look pretty robust, so that's good. Very impressed with the progress. Certainly the project would have come in within the timelines that were set, and certainly within budget. And I want to take this opportunity once again to thank the People's Republic of China for the assistance that they've extended to us. I think this is one of the most significant projects that they've funded so far. In fact, there's no doubt that in terms of impact, this is easily the most transformational project that has been pursued by any administration in the history of our country. And it is the People's Republic of China that would have provided the funding to help us to build out these condos that will help to transform the lives of the former residents of Booby Ali. As you know, we'll be having a competition to determine the renaming, so it'll no longer be Booby Ali. In fact, somebody was saying it should be like Pelican Court, or Pelican Condos, something a little more sophisticated to show the transformation that has taken place. But again, I'm just very happy, and I'm certainly extremely pleased to be the representative who would have presided over the upliftment of the people who ranked among the poorest of the poor on the island. And again, this is just the start of what we plan to do throughout Antigua and Barbuda. We know that there are other communities, including Grace Farm, Green Bay, Otters, that require this type of transformation. And I'll say to them that we're coming, just as how we would transform the lives of the people of Booby Ali. We'll be doing likewise in areas such as Grace Farm. I happen to be a multi-ghettoist. I was actually nurtured in the two ghettos, so I have to make sure that I look out for them. And they can be sure that this term we'll be making some interventions which will include Grace Farm, Green Bay. Because overall, what we want to do is utilize our influence and our control of the machinery of governance to uplift all the people and to ensure that it is inclusive, it is egalitarian. So even if you're in the middle class, perhaps you can lift you into the upper class. And if you're in the lower class of individuals, then certainly we want to provide you the opportunity to transition into the middle class. And our empowerment goes beyond housing. As you know, there's been a housing revolution taking place within the country for the last decade. We are now moving towards advancement in healthcare, in education, in entrepreneurship. You would have recognized that at UE5 Islands, commencing this year, we'll be spending an additional $200 million to upgrade the campus there. We continue to improve healthcare. So, for example, we just completed the renal center at a cost of about $16 million. Cancer center will be reopened by the end of June. So anyhow you look at it, we are just making a significant amount of progress in all aspects of our development. And I'm certainly very happy to be leading this team of competent men and one woman so far, hopefully get up to 2 after the upcoming polls next week, to continue to transform this country. Ultimately, we want to transform Antigua and Barbuda into a lifestyle superpower. We want Antiguans and Barbudans to enjoy living standards that are second to none. That is our commitment to the people of Antigua and Barbuda. And that is why I've said to the people of Antigua and Barbuda that they need to stay the course. They need to make sure that they protect this renaissance that is taking place. They need to make sure that they do not make the mistake to put the governance of this country into the hands of incompetence. And at the same time to ensure that that trajectory of growth and development is not only maintained, but that it is enhanced. And we are promising for this term, our 4th term in office, enhanced progress and development. This is what the Renaissance is all about. There's no one who can doubt that we have made progress within the last decade, but going beyond this decade of progress now, we're looking at an even higher level of growth and development for the Twin Island states. And I'm pretty sure that Antiguans and Barbudans will be very happy with what we have to deliver for them for the next 5 years. And I think that the next 5 years will be critical in cementing the gains that we have made so far, and at the same time to literally enhance the renaissance that has taken root here in Antigua and Barbuda. There was a point when I was vilified for this project. Going to the 23 elections, I was actually dealt a real terrible hand. There are many who saw me as mean-spirited, trying to displace very poor people and to steal their land in inverted commas. It all turned out to have been a lie. And what I notice now, even though they come, that is our political opponents are coming with some outlandish lies now. People are not bothering them because they've heard them before and they've proven not to be true. So for me, it's a form of vindication. I feel very happy about it, to the extent that what has happened as a result of all these vindications and all these lies that have been said about me is that my stakes throughout the country would have risen significantly. In fact, the Labour Party now has a strong coattail, thanks to its leader, who is well celebrated nationally. All of the polls that have shown that I'm leading Harold Lovell UPP by about 7-1. Again, it's about staying the course. It's about being true to your cause, true to your purpose. It's about being unrelenting when it comes to fighting for the people, when it comes to empowering the people. And that has been the hallmark of Gaston Browne. There are many who probably misconstrued my commitment to empower the people as a form of arrogance. It wasn't being arrogant. I knew that I was working for the benefit of the people, and the naysayers, I didn't pay them any attention. If anything, I would have pushed back at them and, knock them a little cough now and then and tell them, look, stand down, man, get out of the way of progress. So it's not that I wanted to be acrimonious with anyone, and it's not that I was seeking to disempower anyone. In fact, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and here's the proof of this particular project. It doesn't stop here. When we're fighting to restore Liat, they made the same claims. When we actually fought to ensure that Scotiabank sold local to expand our domestic banking sector, I was vilified. When we tried to establish UE5 Islands, again, I was vilified. When we tried to establish PLH on Barbudan, vilification. So I've grown accustomed to it, to the extent that it doesn't bother me. All I do is to sometimes get engaged in the banter and ridicule. And I hope my people don't judge me for the little ridicule, but politics is such that ridicule is also important, especially when people come and occupy the space and they try and disrespect. A little ridicule is important. You notice I've never descended into any form of vulgarity or profanity. But at the same time, having them engage in some banter to some extent, I always remain focused about empowering the people, about getting the work done. And again, if it's one politician that is serious about advancing this country and its people, it is Gaston Browne, and that shall not change. And I'll go further. The kind of confidence that I've seen coming out of the various polls nationally, even in the constituency held by the leader of the opposition, which is one of the strongest UPP seats. I'm far more popular than him in his own constituency, which tells me that the people of Antigua and Barbuda, they trust Gaston Browne. And I want to thank them because I know that generally speaking that there's significant mistrust for politicians, but I think they have recognized the genuineness of my articulations, the genuineness of my work. I think they recognize too that, I'm no fake. I mean, I'm bona fide, and at the end of the day, what you're getting here is the real McCoy, the bona fide Gaston Browne. No special language, no special accent, no BS, excuse the language. Just the real McCoy, authentic Gaston Browne, working hard for the development of the people of Antigua and Barbuda.